What do you know? It has been confirmed that the New England Patriots did indeed deflate footballs in their 47-5 pounding of the Indianapolis Colts in the AFC Championship game. And all I want to know and ask Bill Belichick is, was it worth it? Because now the Patriot haters are going to call you cheaters. The purists in the NFL are going to question everything you all have done throughout your career. And now the players who have played for you, who have made a name for you, now people look at them as guilty by association. Some people may put an asterisk next to Tom Brady's achievements and even Bill Belichick's own achievements. I just want to know, will it be worth it 10 years from now? Welcome back to the Best Damn Sports Blog. Back again to talk NFL with you guys, specifically Deflategate and the New England Patriots, because it has been confirmed that they did indeed deflate footballs in their AFC Championship game. They deflated specifically 11 of 12 footballs, which seems to be a deceptive move done intentionally. Now, it is reported that the referees did indeed find out at halftime that 11 of the 12 footballs were deflated and they reinflated them to the correct PSI that is necessary to play an NFL game. And it was discovered by DeQuell Jackson after an interception of Tom Brady in the first half that the referees were then alerted that this could be a possibility. And this also even goes back to their November matchup in which Mike Adams intercepted Tom Brady and he felt the balls were possibly deflated then. I just don't know what to make of this, because in a vacuum, the Patriots cheated. You deflate footballs because it gives you a better grip so your passes can be more accurate, you fumble less, and it's easier to catch the football. So when you look at it from that point of view, the Patriots are cheaters. They cheated the Indianapolis Colts, and there's no way around that. Now, I wouldn't say this had a direct impact on the game because of how lopsided the game was. But then again, the Patriots fumbled a lot last year. They really don't this year. Could that be because they deflate footballs, which gives them a better grip? Maybe that's why LeGarrette Blount didn't fumble, or Tom Brady possibly could have fumbled. You never know how the game could have went different. So I won't say it did, but I won't say it didn't either. And it also makes you think on the Patriots, if they got caught with Spygate, they got caught now with Deflategate. You have to think the Patriots have been cheating in other ways that we have not found out about. This isn't their first go-round. This isn't their second rodeo, and they happen to get caught. The 2 times they tried to cheat, they got caught. No, that's not how lying, cheating, and stealing works. You do it a lot, and you get caught once or twice. Maybe you change, maybe you don't. But people who still lie and cheat believe if you catch them once, they've lied, they stolen, or they cheated about something else you just haven't found out about, or you just are not aware of. And that's just the reality of it. And what I don't understand is why, though. The Patriots were heavy favorites over the Colts. They beat the Colts soundly in every matchup since Andrew Luck has been in the NFL. But then again, like I said, we don't know how long the Patriots have been doing this. And I've also looked into some stats, and there are some fishy numbers that backs up that the Patriots are a much better team in the rain than the other teams in the NFL. And that makes you wonder, do they deflate footballs in wet weather games? And like I said, this just leads your mind to wander and wonder how much and how far the Patriots willing to go. I mean, their track record goes all the way back to their first Super Bowl with Brady and Belichick. Even then, they were caught filming the St. Louis Rams walkthrough in a position that the NFL said they were not allowed to do. So the Patriots are and have been habitual line steppers. And as a Patriots fan, it makes me angry because it just gives more ammo to the arsenal of the haters. And as Patriots fans, I cannot refute this because I like to call myself an unbiased fan. I am willing to admit people's faults and when players don't play well, and when things should have gone differently. But what has me conflicted is that other players have also admitted to tampering with the footballs, and we have not made the same accusations of them. And matter of fact, we haven't even spoken on it or cared about it because on a Fox telecast, a Fox telecast. They were speaking on how Aaron Rodgers likes to overinflate footballs, hoping the referees don't catch it because it gives him a better grip. And I don't understand how that would be any different than what the Patriots have done. Now, I'm not here to make excuses for the Patriots in no way. I just ask you this question. Is the outrage because of the act or the people committing the act? And I tend to think it's because of who is committing the act, and that's fine. That's fair. The Patriots were the culprits in the whole Spygate fiasco, which put a stain on the league. And now we have another stain on the league with this Deflategate heading into the biggest game of the NFL season, the Super Bowl. The Patriots will now have to answer questions about deflated football instead of their preparation for the Seahawks. And it's unfortunate for the players because I doubt they had a hand in this. This was most likely an upper management decision by Belichick or even higher up. But I want to touch on the NFL and their whole role in this because they play a role in this. The NFL is stupid. All the money they make year in and year out, and they can't have NFL personnel in control of the footballs used by each team. Just sit here and think about that logically. All of this could have been avoided if they just had NFL personnel in control of footballs used. How simple is that? I thought, isn't that what happens in youth leagues? Aren't the referees in control of the football? Isn't there a ball boy? And this is not the perfect time at all because the NFL is already in a credibility crisis, and now you have people compromising the integrity of your game. All over something that could have been avoided if the NFL was not inept. Now, as far as the punishment goes for the Patriots, to say that they should forfeit their spot in the Super Bowl, I think you should just shut up. Now, as far as Bill Belichick, now the NFL investigation is still going on. If there are more facts to come out that makes Belichick look even worse than he does right now, I think he has to be gone for the whole year next year. But I would suspend him for this Super Bowl just for this right here because this is too many times now. The Patriots just had Spygate. That was less than 10 years ago. You had last week where they straddled the fence about formations. Now, that was legal, but John Harbaugh felt it was Bush League, I guess you could say. And I'm just tired of Belichick's antics where he's just straddling the lines, and I don't like it because it's going to be the players in the end who suffer. 10 years from now, people are going to look at Brady's stats and his achievements, and they might put an asterisk next to it. And I feel that's unfair to players like Tom Brady and all the players who made Belichick into this great Hall of Fame coach that he is now because he wasn't that great before Brady. Now, I'm not saying Brady made him. I think collectively they were great together. But all of these antics Belichick is taking to win games, and they haven't even won a Super Bowl since Spygate, I might add in. All of these antics are only going to take away from the players in the end because I think Belichick could truly care less how he is revered 10 years from now. That's just the personality he gives off to me. Now, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. It doesn't even matter. But in the end, this Deflategate hurts the league. It stains the Patriots. It stains players like Tom Brady and his legacy. And it's just completely unnecessary. This was an inferior Colts team. This was completely unnecessary. And all it does is make you question how many more times have the Patriots cheated and have not gotten caught. Because I highly doubt the 2 times they cheated are the only times they have cheated. That is not how cheaters move. And we all know this. But what makes this Deflategate worse is that the Patriots performed well when the balls were properly inflated. In the first half, when the balls were deflated, Tom Brady was 11 of 21 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. In the second half, after it was discovered that the balls were underinflated and they were re-inflated to their proper weight, Brady was 12 of 14 in the second half, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and had double the yardage. So this was completely unnecessary. The Patriots were going to beat the Colts soundly if they had just played fairly. Bill Belichick, most likely it was his decision. And now the Patriots will pay for it. They will have questions leading up to the Super Bowl every day about this. And now people will come out the woodworks questioning everything they do. There are already reports from Baltimore saying that the footballs they kicked, their kickers, did not get the proper length and height on their balls, and they felt that they were possibly deflated. and there are stats coming out now that support the Patriots play better than most teams in the NFL when it comes to wet weather. Could they be deflating their balls then? But I'm just confused because there's also players coming out saying that quarterbacks always tamper with their footballs for grip purposes, sort of like baseball players, something that referees probably let slide, brush under the rug. And it's just confusing what to make of it. I don't know if this is an outrage because it's the Patriots or if this should really be considered cheating. But I do know this, in a vacuum, deflating footballs is cheating. It gives you a better grip on the football, which enhances your accuracy, gives you a better grip when you're running, which makes it harder for defenders to poke it away, and it also makes the football easier to catch. And finding this out only leads me to question Bill Belichick and how the Patriots have moved over the last 14 years even more. And as a Pats fan, it's sad to say, but it's the reality. And if they don't win this Super Bowl, the slander will be real.